Why are your lips a different color than the rest of your skin? The human body's a fascinating thing. From our respiratory system, to the digestive system, to even how our brains aren't quiet for more than 5 seconds at any time, meaning your brain is working even when you're sleeping. Fascinating. Even more fascinating is that our lips are a few shades darker than the rest of our skin. But why is that? Why are our lips a different color? The answer to this is not as vague as you might think, or even as obvious. It's science. If this question has plagued you endlessly, you've come to the right place. I'm about to drop some knowledge on you. Not just about why your lips are a different shade than the rest of your skin, but also, if you behave, I'll share a few bizarre facts at the end of the video that you didn't know about our biggest organ, our skin. To understand why our lips are a different shade, we have to understand what our lips are, what they're made of, and what their purpose is. You might be shocked to find out that our lips have more functions than to kiss and talk crap. But before we get into that, if you enjoy gathering up all kinds of random knowledge and answers to questions no one will ever ask you, then consider subscribing to be notified whenever I drop a new video for you to watch. On the surface, what are they? Stuff's about to get Latin. Are you ready? Us plebes know the different parts of the lips as upper and lower lips, and we know stuff like Cupid's bow. The smart words for the parts of the lip are labium superioris and labium inferioris for the upper and lower lips respectively. It's kind of a mouthful, and yes, the pun is clearly intended. The borders of our lips, where our lips end and the rest of our face starts, even has a name, the vermilion border. Here comes a bit of a familiar term. The vermilion border of the labium superioris, upper lip, try to keep up, is called the Cupid's bow. Then you get some more terms such as tuberculum labii superioris, which is the fancy-ass term for the bit in the center of your upper lip where it protrudes a little bit from the lip itself, and philtrum, which is the groove from your lip to your nose. Whoever thought this part of our faces needed this much attention probably had a slow day at work. Under the skin, what are they? Under the skin of the lips, we have what you would have under the skin of most parts of the body: muscles, blood vessels, and nerve endings. You know that saying, it takes more muscles to frown than it takes to smile? Well, just consider that there are 12 muscles that control your lips and the surrounding area. That means that it takes more than 12 muscles to show disappointment on your face. That's hard work. Just smile. Or if you're really lazy, just let your resting bitch face out. What makes the lips so special is that they are flooded with nerve endings. And where there are nerve endings, there are blood capillaries to supply these nerves with oxygen. What do they do? Lips, apart from helping you hold stuff when your hands are full, have a full number of vital actions. Eating, drinking, breathing. There are 3 main functions already. Lips are the gatekeepers of the mouth, and because they were VIP enough to get their own set of muscles, they have some say in what goes into or comes out of your mouth. Have you ever tried feeding a baby that purity mulch? The vegetable one. There's no way you can get that spoon into its mouth if it does not want that food. On the flip side, if said baby gets hold of something small and it goes into the mouth, you're gonna have a tough time getting it back out. Apart from keeping things in or out of the mouth, lips play the most important role when it comes to speaking or creating sounds. Articulation, one might say. Without lips, you can't play musical instruments such as the trombone, flute, saxophone, etc. Lips play a very big role in facial expressions. Smiling, pursed, parted lips, they all tell a different story. Without lips, we wouldn't be able to read someone's facial expressions as successfully as we can. Well, as some of us can. Many people can't read facial cues. Lips are used to touch. Yes, that sounds weird, but stick with me. Because of all the nerve endings in the lips, they play a large role in how babies learn the texture of things. Lips are very sensitive and can pick up the different textures a lot more accurately than, say, fingers. Another reason why so many toys have age restrictions if there are small bits is because babies put everything in their mouths. That's how they get to know the world around them. Lips are erogenous zones, which is, again, a fancy way of saying lips are a sexy area. Again, because lips are full of nerve endings, that causes them to be super sensitive. Fuller lips are a sign of virility and fertility, and in many cultures, the lips are kept hidden because of their resemblance to some other lips, if you get what I'm saying. This is why a woman's lips, or better yet her mouth, is seen as her second sexual organ. So why with the 2 tones? Now that we've looked at what lips are and what they do, it's easier for me to explain why lips have a different color than the rest of our skin, especially in humans with lighter skins. Number 1, we have a lot less layers of skin on our lips than the rest of our face, between 11 to 13 layers less. Number 2, lighter-skinned humans have a lower number of cells that produce melanin. That's the pigment that gives skin color. More melanin means more pigment. Number 3, as I've mentioned a couple of times, lips. Our lips have a lot of blood vessels, and this is why our lips are a few shades darker, usually, than the rest of our face. Because of our lips having less layers of skin, with a resultant smaller number of melanin-producing cells, that makes the blood vessels visible through the skin. I told you the answer's not as vague or obvious. And now that you know why your lips are a totally different color than the rest of your skin, here's 5 more bizarre facts about your skin you might not have known. Number 1. Shedding. Every 28 days, your body sheds its skin, specifically the thin outer layer of skin called the epidermis. The epidermis is mainly made up of dead skin cells. What actually happens is, as your hypodermis, the deepest layer of skin cells, creates cells, they move up and through each layer until they eventually die and fall off. Fun fact, did you know that about 20 to 50% of dust in our homes is made up of dead skin cells? Number 2. Watch your skin, check your health. Want to know if you're healthy? Your skin will tell you. Sudden breakouts, rashes, dullness, dryness, these are all signals that something could be wrong in your body. Since your skin really is an organ, you can use it as an indicator to your level of health. Number 3. Skin is waterproof. People from back in the day used animal skin to store and carry fluids, such as wine and water. These skins weren't very long lasting because of it being made up of layers, so they would dry out and crack and tear. But if kept moist, they could probably last longer. Number 4. Skin is elastic. Have you seen a conga drum? Traditionally, these drums are made with wood and animal skin that has been pulled taut over the hollow end of the wood. Or just look at a pregnant woman. In the space of 9 to 10 months, her abdomen stretches and stretches. If the skin was not elastic, that would be a gruesome thing to experience. Childbirth. No, wait, it is gruesome already. Number 5. Caucasian skin wasn't the OG. Studies have found that Caucasian skin color has only been around for about the last 8,000 years. Before that, the 5 strains of genes that are responsible for Caucasian skin color evolved due to humans migrating towards the poles, which were further away from the equator, and thus did not need as much melanin as protection from the harsh rays of the sun. Now you know way more than you ever thought you'd need to know about your own lips, so you're welcome for that, I think. And if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, then be an absolute gentleman or lady and a scholar. Be sure to subscribe to get filled in next week with answers to questions you never asked me to tell you about, but you decided to watch anyways.